Yo, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Live with Lamar. Of course, I'm your host, Lamar, and thank you everybody that is tuning in. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. The link to my YouTube is in my bio. So tap the link in my bio and again go subscribe to my YouTube. All of my interviews from this season are currently on there, including this interview with Gianna. Once I finish it, it's going straight on YouTube. So if you chime in late, you'll be able to catch it later. I hope everybody had a great Juneteenth weekend. Me and Gianna are going to talk about that in a little bit. What's up, Ray? Appreciate you, bro. I'm going to get ready to talk about Juneteenth weekend. But what I do want to do is I want to give a huge praise to Shakira Richardson, who is the young lady you guys have probably seen all over your Instagram, your Twitters, and everywhere. She's a track star from LSU, 21 years old. And she accomplished something big that she's been dreaming of for the longest, which is going to the Olympics. And her mother, sending prayers to her and her family, just passed away about a week before she qualified, and she still pushed through, came out there, showed out, and did what black girls do with black girl magic. And I'm so happy for her. Watching her story and watching her interview and all that was just so inspirational. So I definitely want to start off tonight's show to give her a huge shout out. But of course, we're here for another exclusive interview with another extraordinary individual. My girl Gianna will be going live with Lamar. She actually is in here. So I'm going to invite her in here, and we're going to get chatting. Boom. Thank you, everybody that is tuning in. I appreciate you again. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. Link is in my bio. Yo.
Yeah.
You're.
What's up? What's up?
Happening? How are you?
Back up. I'm amazing. How are you? I just got out the pool. Was waiting for the interview to start.
I need to get into somebody cool. I'm still tired. I feel so dead. Like my body is just like no, like just no.
Listen, I needed to. My niece in town.
Yes.
you met the star.
I did
meet the star. You did. And she wanted to get in the pool. Then I just had to. I almost didn't make it on time because she just threw a fit getting out.
Aww.
That was her first time in the pool, so. But we here. We made it.
I'm sorry, Miss Thing. She was already mad at me this weekend. She threw my picture. I was like, why you gonna throw my picture?
She threw that invisible thing, right?
First off, I thought it was gonna be a real picture, and nothing came out. I was like, oh,
no, I used all of the film inside of that camera, but she wanted to use my camera, and so I was like, here, you can use this one because that one still like flashes, so she's still like, oh, it's a picture, so.
Why do we do that to little kids? We always give them the control that don't work, the cell phone that don't work.
But she's smart though, so she very quickly like threw it to the side. So, but she loves it though. As long as she can take pictures with her TT.
That's all that matters. And I met y'all. I came across y'all over the weekend at Lamar Park for the Juneteenth celebration. How was your Juneteenth? This was our first official Juneteenth celebration. How did you feel to celebrate for the first time, like officially?
You know what? The only difference with celebrating it in the past, like I have specifically last year during the pandemic, the only difference is that it's government recognized. I have been celebrating it. I celebrated it pretty heavily last year where I set up a booth and I took free portraits of fathers with their kids in Lamar Park. And it's on my page. Those pictures are still on there. So,
I did not know. That's dope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do your research.
Listen, I didn't listen. You right. But that's dope. No, that's smart though. But no, that is really crazy.
Yeah. Like, I set up a photo booth. Actually, the sign is right here. I still have the sign from last year. Let me see if you can see it. Because I keep it at my friend's house.
Wow. Free. Wow. That's first of all, it's a fancy sign.
Oh, it was expensive too.
I bet it was, but that is so nice.
I know. Yeah, so we set this up and this unfolds, and we set it up, and I set up a backdrop and a stool, and there's like a whole. Everybody got their photos delivered to them personally from me, so it was just like an ode to Father's Day and photography.
I like that.
So
that is a really, really dope initiative. Like I would never even thought to even do something like that. So I know like that. Look at your AirPods falling. That's okay. They so janky. They like so not real.
No, my ears are so tiny. I'm just taking these out.
They be like that sometimes. Like they cause issues and nobody wants those. But it was good. For me, it was. A lot of people have been learning more and more about Juneteenth and about our history. Every day we learn something new. And this weekend for me felt really, really great just to be around so much blackness and just like everybody really embodying it. And those who have not been celebrating it, I really think that next year they're gonna really, really, really celebrate it, like to the max because like it's like everywhere. Like you cannot not celebrate it. So it was really good to see. And that was my first time with Lamar ever. And so it was dope to even be down. You know, I'm new here, so I ain't been nowhere. So that was fun.
Lamar Park do so much for the Black community, especially on Sundays. Like my sister, both of my sisters and my niece went back this past Sunday. I had to work yesterday, but they went back and painting. They had art setups outside for you to paint, and it was music, and it was a lot less people. I'm not a crowd person.
Yeah.
At all. And so I didn't stay a long time on Saturday. It took me an hour and a half to find parking. When I got there, I was already over it. But
I'm glad I had a special parking space.
What'd you say?
I'm glad I had a special parking space, so I didn't have to fight this parking.
Shout out to Chris. Chris knows exactly who I'm talking. Listen, he saved me a parking space, and I was so thankful. But he was leaving, and then he's like, "Oh, I see you still look for parking. I got my parking space." But anyway, it was beautiful. It was turned up. I love that many Black people in one area.
Mm-hmm.
So dope to see us in so many different lights, because it was a whole section that Black people skateboarding. Like I was like, "This is lit. This is
different."
Literally a little bit of everybody. So it was beautiful. I ran into so many photographers, and
yeah. And that is like your own. One of the big things that I commend you about is you love your Blackness. Everything about it, all skin, shapes, color, everything. The darker the better. Like you love it. And you got featured in February for Black History Month by Google because of your talent, because of the great things you do. That's like when I first met you, I was like, damn, this girl really somebody. She out here on Google. Tell everybody a little bit about that project and how you even got featured in partner with Google.
That was crazy. That was the first thing that actually had brought me years in a long time. Because I've been featured, you know, but having Google themselves reach out to you was so wild to me. So Misan Harriman is an incredible photographer. And I hope I got his last name correct. And I met him on Clubhouse, actually. And he was just a regular guy in there. I didn't know much about him. And he started following me. He messaged me. He's like, "Your work is phenomenal." And I saw he had a little blue check mark. And I'm like, who is this man? He ended up being one of the main photographers for the royal family in England. And so he's all those black and white pictures you see, the cover that was announcing everything.
Yes.
He's a photographer. And he is friends with, I guess, or have associates at Google. And they were doing a write-up, and they reached out to him. And he reached out to me. It was only 5 or 6 other photographers out of hundreds of thousands. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he did a little voiceover for me, honoring me, and called me the Natural Light Master. And that was insane.
Wow.
It's in my bio. It's the only link that's in my bio. So
link in her bio. Make sure y'all tap in. That is crazy. Like, first off, Clubhouse was before, and you've been used. I've seen you use it quite a few times. Me, not so much, because I feel like it just kind of end up losing the power that it had. I guess it just you have to like kind of configure it. I feel like it used to be popping a couple months ago. I feel like it's changed. What's your thoughts on Clubhouse nowadays? Do you still find it useful?
I love Clubhouse. But if you know me, Lamar, you know me personally.
Right.
I talk. So I love making connections. When I first got on Clubhouse, I made some friends. I actually met up with a lot of people from Clubhouse. I took a trip to Texas, met Texas folk out there. But the main goal for me was to make business connections organically by just getting in regular conversations with people.
Right.
And so, you know me, I love chopping it up with people. I love getting to know people. And then you'll hear in the room, "Oh, you a photographer," you know? And then that's when it happens. So I love Clubhouse. I've met some great people. It is dying out, unfortunately, but I still get on there when I'm bored. It's great. I love it. I think that anything is going to be useful if you make it useful.
Facts. No facts.
You just complain about it all the time, or if you see no use in something, you can turn that around and you can make it fun for yourself. I make it fun for myself. I have discussions outside of Clubhouse with people. I met incredible people. I've met some celebrities. I've met some photographers I look up to. It's been great.
And one thing about you is, like you mentioned, you know, this new title that we're giving you, you know, Master of Lighting, because you know it. You do, like, you're a lighting queen. That's your specialty. That's what you love. And everybody knows that every good photo needs good lighting. It ain't gonna be a good photo without good lighting.
Yes.
How would you describe your style overall, and what made you become so passionate about the idea of lighting itself?
Honestly, it was how much I hated school. So I went to photo school, but I was already doing photography before I went to photo school. I went to photo school. I hated everything about artificial light. And I know that if I mastered it one day, then I would be great at it. But it was so heavy on studio lighting in school. And every time we had a natural light assignment, I would excel in it, above my peers. And it was shown that I had a passion for natural light. And so I started to rebel a little bit in school. I was the one that was like, oh, you giving me this assignment? Well, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it this way.
I think it's gonna look a little better if I do it this way. And I had one professor who absolutely hated me. Like, hated me. He would pick on me in front of class, and I'll just be sitting there, you know me, I'm very much like, okay. Like, and I laugh. And then I have photographers who saw that I had a passion for it. My style actually just got honed in the last, I'm gonna say 2 or 3 years. It happened when I did the Black History Project. Yeah. And I noticed that I was shooting a very particular way with all of the men that I was interviewing. I interviewed 28 men for Black History Month 2 years ago, and that took off. And I noticed that everything kind of looked very similar. And then I found out my coloring for my brand. I've been building my own presets. And I just think that it's really important to not photograph Black people anything other than Black. And so how I see you in person is how I should see you in a photograph. And I think that's where a lot of people lack with lighting. And so I just honed in on my mood. And my mood is very dark. It's very contrasty. And I would like to think that my portraits tell stories. Like, you really try to figure out who people are. And this is based off of feedback, obviously, but taking feedback from people and just really listening and understanding what people see when they see my work. And it is kind of storytelling in a way. It's very moody. It's very deep yellows and golds and greens and just very deep, rich colors to really show us in the best light.
I like that. And it's funny you said it about you feel like you should see Black people. When you see them in pictures, you should see them how you see them in person. Because, a lot of editorials and magazines get so much clapback because when they put somebody else's color on a magazine cover, they tend to, like, I know Kamala Harris, like, her recent thing that she had a couple months ago, and her skin tone was different. And they're like, yo, why she, like, look white now? Like, you made her look white. She don't even look like melanin. Like, what happened? Granted, she is a very light-skinned woman, but it's still altered.
Have every Black person of every shade, just colored people in general, we all have undertones to our skin. Yeah. And my undertones is going to be totally different than your undertones. Mm-hmm. So it's just knowing what to do, how to treat those colors when you're editing. And I feel like it's not that hard. I don't know how people look at photos and clearly see that a person is like yellow and then continue to like go on with it. But it takes skill. And my old photos are atrocious. They're terrible. So I get it, but that's why I really try to get people to color skin right. But I only give the advice when it's ag. So, but we got to stop making Black people look yellow.
No, that's facts. What do you think is probably like your biggest lesson that you've learned? Like you said, you have photos. Obviously, we all have things that are bad from where we are in our craft. All my first interviews are nowhere near my interviews today. What would you think is probably your biggest lessons you've learned throughout your history and your career as a photographer?
To never put money above my heart. I think that I got to a point when I first moved to California, I was trying so desperately to make money from it, and my passion for it started to die out. And I remember getting so burnt out when I first moved here because I didn't want to be that broke, starving artist. And because I was hustling so much, my work started to change and I wasn't hired as much. And my heart was completely left out of it. And so I was that broke, struggling artist, actually up until recently. I'm very, very open about my path to get to where I am. I still have a very long way to go, but making sure that I take breaks, making sure that I take my mental seriously. My mental health is the number one thing that's important to me, because if my mental isn't strong, that's gonna come off so obviously to me in my work, in the types of gigs that I book, and the people that I interact with. All of my clients I have a personal relationship with, thank God. You know, I talk to everybody before I shoot with them. You know that, you shot with me. And I'm just very much on, are you okay? Am I okay? Can I continue this? If I feel myself getting burnt out, I tend to disappear for like 2 or 3 days, or I'll do a personal project. I think personal projects are really, really important, just as creatives, to tap into and make sure that you continue doing.
No, and like you said, it's when you're frustrated or when you're not in the right headspace, it will show in your work as a creative. You know what I mean? You can't get somebody to be in a frustrated mindset and like pop in front of my camera. You're not gonna be in the right. You're not gonna see dope shots, dope poses. You're just like, can we just get this over with? I'm ready to go home. Like snap, 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 and you're not gonna be yourself. And like you said, you're gonna be able to tell, and anybody that knows your work is gonna be able to tell, like, yeah, this ain't G. She was having an off day.
Yeah, and I still have off days. You know, I still show up to set sometimes frustrated with something that happened earlier in the day, or I'm just not feeling well. And so sometimes you do still got to push through that. But when your mental health starts to get affected, or when you just start to roll your eyes at inquiries and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore, or, you know, you feel like you just can't go on, then that's when you need to take a break or do something that is personal to you. So that is hands down the biggest lesson that I learned, to just make sure I'm keeping up with myself mentally.
Please. That's a good point. Like, you never want to burn yourself out. And like you said, you came out here hustling. And sometimes people do try to put pricing and money over their actual love and talent for whatever that may be. But you also still have to put a respect on somebody's talent, which is the pricing. And I have worked with plenty of photographers over the years, and in many different fashion. All of them are dope in their own spaces. And, you know, lately, you know, I've been seeing different things, not even from you, just from people in general that don't appreciate the art of photography. They think it's just you hopping in front of a camera and taking a picture of someone, not understanding the editing process and et cetera, et cetera. So they're like questioning you about your pricing and questioning about this. You're like, do you want these pictures or not? Or go find somebody else.
You gonna make
Let's dissect that a little bit. Like I don't think people get like why photographers charge so much. Like, what goes in your head when you're orchestrating prices? You know what I mean? Like, what's your deciding factor when you're deciding to pick those prices?
So my prices go up $50 to $75 every year for the last 3 years. Malachi up in here, he knows this because I always got to keep Malachi updated.
Yo, what's up, Mal? He ain't text me back yet, but it's okay.
Oh, you called?
We know how that go. We know how that go. He gonna need me later, and I'm not gonna respond.
Oh, he heard you. My prices is totally dependent on what else am I learning and what in my history am I bringing to my shoots. When people hire me, my price points, everyone knows this, and if it's not known information, all of my shoots as of today start at $375. I will not get out of bed for anything under $375. Okay, I won't.
If you ain't got the $375, don't call me. You see,
Just
let you know right there.
I don't want to have conversation, you know, and I thankfully got to a point where I can say no to people. But what a lot of people don't understand is that 10, 15 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours that we are shooting is the easiest part of being a photographer. I can show up and take a picture. I can show up for a few minutes and get the job done from what you see. And I think that a lot of this conversation around pricing is just misunderstanding the background of everything. It is gear. It is my talent. It's the money that I put into school. It's the money that I put into my lessons. It is the clarity of my photos. It's making sure you look good in your photo. You know, everybody was talking about this incident. I forgot, what was her name? Chris Holt. She, you know, made a statement that went very viral. She asked a question about pricing of photographers. Why am I paying a photographer $500 for 8 photos? Editing
takes hours.
Right, because you gotta do all that zooming in and getting details because you want the picture to look as natural as possible. Especially like you got skin like mine. It may not be the best. Photographers have to work through that as well, so it's to make you pop. Your teeth, like all that matters, and I don't think people see that.
I think that first of all, a good makeup artist will change the game. It will make things 10 times easier, but we still have work to do after that ends. And I remember one of the questions that I was posed a few weeks ago was, if I'm bringing hair, makeup, stylist, and all you're doing is taking the picture, why am I paying you this much? And it was like, first of all, I just wanted to fight at that. I was like, we need to throw hands because I ain't about to explain this to you. I need to throw hands because that is a disrespectful question.
Right.
But so didn't know and needed to be informed. So you are paying for my expertise. You are paying for my personality, because you ain't gonna get a lot of Giannas every time you show up to a shoot. I'm gonna let you know that now. You're paying for the consultation. You're paying for me investing time. And if anyone has been on a shoot with me, you know that I don't just show up and shoot. I am teaching you posing. I work as a movement coach. I am teaching you your best angles. I am showing you how to be in front of the camera. I have professional models that have shot with me who always walk away with something when they shoot with me, and so you're paying for an experience. You are really paying for an experience when it comes to me. And I don't want to like toot my own horn, but I have been on sets with a lot of photographers who do not put the same time and energy into making sure that you are looking your best when it comes to a photo shoot. People hire me for a reason. And thankfully, all of my inquiries are now from referrals, which is incredible, but that says a lot, So he said she's going to tell
right.
you.
And she is. She's going to give it to you straight.
Listen, I just don't play games. And the whole thing should be organic. So when you're paying for me, and you're paying for your 4 photographs that come with one look, if I like you, it'll probably be 5, because I'll be all over. He told me to put this on D&D too.
I did. It's okay.
No, I'm gonna go. Hold on.
Look at her. She's trying to run the whole interview. She don't even know it.
We back.
You can still hear me? Just making sure we good. Now you good. I will make sure you can hear me.
Yes. Is it a lag?
Okay, good. We good.
Can y'all let us know, please, in the comments? I don't know if it's a lag. I apologize. He told me to put it on D&D before we started. My bad. But yeah, you gonna be paying. I mean, the $375 ain't nothing, and that's one look. So if you want more outfit changes and stuff, obviously it goes up. And the thing is, I work with everybody. I work with you. Hit me up. Let me know what you want to do. We have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Is it not? It's
it is fun. Like you said, you learn something, and like there's 2 different things. There's one photographer who don't know how to pose. They expect you to kind of already know how to pose. And then there's models that don't know how to pose themselves. Not everybody can be a me that know how to get up and just shine in front of the camera. You know what I mean? There's different ways. You got to know what you're doing. Everybody can't do it. And so I understand it. You know what I mean? It's a whole creative process behind it. There's a whole other lag, a whole other vibe that people don't understand that goes into
it's
that.
A vibe. It's a
whole vibe.
That's all it is. It's a vibe.
And that's what it comes down to. And so people, at the end of the day, this is a message to everybody that works with photographers. Put some respect on these people and their cameras. It's more than just them taking pictures of you. Like, I love photographers. I absolutely love photographers. They make my life very important.
You are so cocky. So, of course, you love photographers.
Listen, I just love photography. I love being in front of the camera. It's fun.
Yes. There are people that are made to be in front of the camera. You are one of them. Absolutely.
Thank you. You feel what I'm saying? You see me? You feel me?
Here we go. Karima, don't egg this nigga on.
See, talk your shit. You see what I'm saying? But you have done, so a couple weeks ago, you actually threw at that being here where you did an Instagram meetup. I was able to meet so many different people there that from all walks of life, and we're all still kind of even cool. F you, Mal. We all still cool, like, to this day. Some of them I talk to, like, through DMs or whatever it is, but, like, I was able to meet new friends through your event. And so you actually have another event coming up, a photographer's retreat that has got a lot of buzz. I was going to say pull up. I'm going to pull up, but then I noticed it was just a photographer. So I'm going to wait for the creators retreat. But you have a photographer's retreat that you're planning. Tell us a little bit about that and why you're deciding to put on such a great initiative.
You know what? I wish that I had the credit for this idea, but I don't. My partner came up with this because he's been on a few retreats, and he's like, you know what? I think that you would do really, really well with it. I was like, And then literally overnight, we was brainstorming. I mean, literally, even last night till like 5 a.m., we still coming up with all the details. But basically, I'm throwing my first photo retreat, and it's gonna be great. And I'm really excited for it. I was not expecting the response that I got from it. Literally to the point the night before, I'm like on the phone. I'm like, I don't think that people gonna really respond to this. And people are like, oh, well, just wait until it gets to 10 people. And I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna do. Fast forward to 24 hours later, it was over 150 inquiries. I have confirmed emails. It's over like 70 emails, people who just want to be a part. But I want to do, a 3-day photo retreat, and it's going to be great, all inclusive, and breakfast, lunch, and dinner catered for everybody. I'm only going up to 10 people because I wanted to still be personable. Yes. And I want to give everyone one-on-one attention.
That's so dope.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be great. I don't really have that many details about it yet. The official first email is going out this week. And we are looking around the second week of August for it. It's going to be 3 days. It's going to be somewhere. I can't really give all the details.
Oh, it's okay. I understand. Isn't your birthday in August too?
My birthday is actually World Photography Day.
So you're going to have this busy little month.
I am. Hopefully, I'll be out the country for my actual birthday, because I was going to do a whole birthday thing, but I'm like, I'd rather do this photo retreat and pour into people for 3 days.
Absolutely.
People are going to be investing in a one-of-a-kind experience. They're going to get insight into how I edit. They're going to see how I build a preset from the top to the bottom. I have guest models coming in. I have a guest photographer that's coming in. And it's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be good. I feel it, and I don't know why you keep doing it, because like I just mentioned before, the little park shindig you did that was random. Look how many people came out to that, and you were like, I didn't think y'all were gonna come to this. I was just like, and more people would have came as well if they were available, but people were busy. So like, I don't know why. Like you, Gianna.
Listen, this is something I'm still trying to wrap my mind around, right? I'm literally nobody that's somebody, if that makes sense.
But you work with a lot of somebodies.
I work with okay, so I think the reason why people respond to me organically, it was a vibe. I think the reason why people respond to me organically is because I keep it so real on social media. Like, I'm reckless almost, but I'm so transparent with everything. Like, I get on there looking a mess. I talk about my financial issues, if I'm having any. I talk about everything. Like, I call out people. Like, people just think I'm a vibe, but I have not seen that until this year, I guess. But the park was the first step to that. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I was like, I want to do something. It's the first Saturday that I have off. I put that flyer out Friday night. I didn't even put it out like Saturday. I didn't put it out a week prior. I put it out Friday night. And I was just like, hey, we're going to do an IG meetup, because I talked to so many people online that I have really great connections with. And I was like, dang, it would be really dope if everybody who in LA will come out. Y'all came out.
We had fun. It was a vibe. Like, it's right across the street, so it was fun. It was really fun.
I will say this to everybody who watching, Lamar made that party.
You know what I mean?
Y'all never had Lamar at a party. If y'all never had Lamar at a party, bro, Lamar, literally, you will be at everything that I have going on. You are so much fun. And I've known this because I've intimately worked with you, like, in the office.
Right. We've been in the office, just me and you, just us two, turn.
And Malachi, we don't get shit done, okay? We be in there vibing with music, dancing.
Don't give him that ammo, because you know he gonna say, I know. That's why I be waiting on X, Y, Z. Don't do that.
That's why I had to listen. That's why I had to stop coming in the office. I was like, if it's only Lamar ass up in there, we ain't gonna get shit done. But I'm sure he's making it all up now because I ain't been back in a while. But.
Listen, I've been working. Mal be on my case. Don't get me. Listen, Karima, you trying to get me? Listen to this. You got Karima and Mal, and you.
And I know I can't do nothing with Lamar. I can't get nothing accomplished. I can't.
Listen, I like to have fun, and everybody is getting. LA is finally getting a chance to really get to see Lamar, and I've been outside and I've been having fun. So make sure I'm trying to get you to do this little park thing at least once a month. Like I think it's dope.
And I'm gonna do it again. I think I might be doing it pretty soon. Actually, I'm gonna give more heads up, but it's gonna be at the same park because I love how free
it was.
Like,
Yeah.
Smoke, drink.
No, it was perfect. We gonna make sure we have a charge speaker.
I was giving out cash. I was cash apping winners of Uno. You know, we out there playing cards. You know, it's a vibe. I'm gonna do it again because I think it's really important to just connect with people, especially since we all went through this panini press the last year. Like I can't. We gotta be outside. So
we gotta be outside. Outside open. The park is perfect. It's free. It was a vibe. Like in Uno. If y'all trying to see me in Uno, let me know.
He's a sore loser.
I'm a winner.
But go ahead. Let's continue.
but like you this photography thing, like everything you're doing, because like even me at my university, I took pictures and like I wasn't a photographer. I just like taking pictures. So it was just that I knew I didn't know the whole logistical side behind it. You know what I mean? And it's very important. It's very important for people to really understand like what it's like. What tips would you offer to other photographers that may be trying to get the clients you've worked with? And we're going to get into your clients in a little bit because I want to know who your favorite celebrity client you work with, because you work with a lot of different celebrity clients. So you got to pick one. I'm giving you time to think about it.
I will upset some people.
Who's have been your favorite to work with? But what tips would you offer to other photographers that are out here trying to get the grind on, trying to learn new tricks and trades? Just like what tips would you offer them?
Don't feed into gear talk. Gearheads are really fucking annoying.
The ones that like you gotta have this but like sometimes that's not even the best.
And it's not even exactly. You know, a lot of people don't know, but when I show up to a shoot, I literally only have this camera. That's it. I don't do the glitz and the glam. If anything, I'll probably have a reflector or maybe an on-camera flash if I'm doing an event. But people overthink gear so much, and I was into that when I first started, and it stressed me out. Don't worry about gear. Don't meet your heroes. I know that sounds crazy. Sometimes meeting the people that you look up to on social media is just so disappointing. I don't think I should give that advice though. Meet the people that you want to meet. I'm gonna take that.
You said what you said.
Just don't put them on such a high pedestal that they're like God to you, and then you realize that they're human beings in person, because you'll be disappointed. You can have the best gear and not know what to exactly. And I've met so many gearheads that have, I mean, every Hasselblads and $40,000 cameras that don't know what they are doing. So don't get so caught up in that, and have fun. It goes back to what I said earlier, like, make connections with people, have fun. The moment that it feels like you're doing too much, take a break, step back, and do some personal projects. If you are a naturally creative person, dive into other things. Make sure that you have other hobbies that you do. I'm involved in a lot of different things. I want to start DPing soon because I'm into color work. And so that's something outside of photography that I want to get into. And, I teach off to the side as well. So just make sure that you have other creative outlets other than your main source of income or your main source of happiness, because it can get overwhelming sometimes if you take it too seriously. Just have fun and be organic. It's a huge contest with photographers. I don't involve myself in it.
I got time for it. I'm not competing with nobody.
I don't care about Who dick the biggest? I just don't, because mine is bigger than all of theirs. So.
Wow, here we go. There we go. There we go. So who's been your favorite celebrity client that you've had the pleasure to work with? If you had to pick one. Because you've had some dope people on your page. I see them like, okay. Oh, all right.
The biggest, I mean, the best celebrity that I have worked with. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure. Incredible experiences.
Trouble.
What?
Finna get her in trouble.
No. Everybody honestly are so amazing, but I'm not gonna be cliche like that. Everybody's great. Everybody's equal.
Yeah, I just can't pick one. I love them all. Nah, we ain't doing that. Pick one.
No, I can't think. It probably was Cynthia Bailey. Honestly, because we still text each other. Like she still reaches out and she's like, you know, let me know when you get to Atlanta because you're gonna be doing photos for all of us. And you know, she put me in contact with her daughter Naomi, who wants to model, and so we've been talking.
Nice.
She was, and I'm a Housewife fan. You know, the Real Housewives of Atlanta has always been my jam. I've been watching her for 10 plus years. So to finally be able to work with her and see that, I don't know what the hell people be talking about on that show, but she's great from what.
Yeah, TV, you know, reality TV always messes the real thing up.
Yeah, she was, that's the most recent that I can think of. She was an absolute joy to work with. I love working with Zanique. Because she like a homegirl. Like she's very much like, yes, period, sis, you know. She's great. She's great.
Yeah, she is. She's a dope person.
Who I don't ever want to work with. No, I'm just playing on that. No.
What's the tea? What's the tea?
It ain't no tea. No tea, no shade.
Somebody on here asked as well. I don't want to scroll their comment. They asked what's your skincare routine. That's what ours is. I'm actually using butter.
I love seeing my skincare routine. Y'all ready?
What's your skincare routine? Put us on.
I mind my motherfucking business. I mind my motherfucking business.
Hey, and drink water.
I mind my business. I make my money, and I use Clinique, but that's neither here nor there. I mind my business and I drink my water. Try
That's
it.
all you need. The less stress you got, you ain't got all that stressful shit that come popping off and bugging you.
At all. I don't even allow negativity in my life like that at all. And I'm just happy in all areas of my life right now. This is truly one of the happiest seasons that I've had in a long time. And I can see that in my physical. I can see that in my friendships. I can see that in my peace. And so when I really say that, I really mean that. I'm at my motherfucking business.
You at your peace. You and your little boo thing you got off there, you know what I mean? But you keep you in this look. You been off. But you are great. Like, you are amazing. I'm so proud of you. You're doing great things. I'm ready for all these retreats you're doing because I'm at all of them. If I'm off work, I'm there. I'm there for them. The park vibe, the creators vibe, whatever we doing, I'm there.
Thank you.
So how can the people keep up with you, check out more of your work, book a photography shoot with you? Let them know how they can keep in contact with Gianna.
I'm very much one-on-one. You can be. I've had people meet up, want to meet up with me. That's like, can we just meet up and, go out for coffee or something? So just say hi. You can email me, Gianna@GiannaDorsey.com. But really, you can really just DM me.
Basically, but she's not lying.
Phone number or anything.
Just slide her DMs. Just slide her DMs. That's
DMs. You can say hey,
that's gonna be the easiest thing.
Yes, and the best way to support is just to, make sure y'all interacting. IG, the whole formula and the algorithm for IG is really weird, but saving, sharing, commenting, and liking is the actual order of the most.
Order?
That's the actual order.
I give up.
Save it is the most important. That's how you get most engagement. saving it, sharing it, commenting, liking is the least likely to get you engagement. So
stop liking my shit, basically.
What you saying?
I just want you to stop liking my shit at this point.
Nah, still like it, but do everything else. The saving, and the thing is, ain't nobody got to know you saving it. Like, just save it. I have a whole saved list on my IG that's titled random, that if I see it's a friend's post or something, I'll just save it to like make sure that they're getting the sharing, even in the DMs, will help. Sometimes I'll send it to another page that I have. Like, people don't gotta know that you're doing all of that. You can just support, and it's free support. So, yeah.
Save.
No.
Share. Comment. Like.
Yes.
It's giving me a headache. I just give up on life. Yo, Gianna, it's been great having you. I definitely appreciate everybody that's tapped in with us today, too. Make sure y'all follow me at Lamar Robinson TV and keep up with all my exclusive interviews with other extraordinary individuals like Gianna. This is what we do it here. Do it big all the time. As always, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Lamar. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm pulling up to your crib. I'm finna turn up. I got shots. Oh, you weren't playing. Party at the office. Hey, pull us to the office.
I haven't even touched it. I'm like, I'm a wait until this.
Listen, I was about to have liquor. I normally have liquor in my interviews, but I got this good old H2O because after Juneteenth weekend,
exactly. That's why I'm like making sure, I got my water. It's empty. But I'm drinking it.
That's my first water bottle. Mine's still empty. I ain't doing good. I need to drink more of this.
So gallon.
It's a struggle. We gonna get there.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I just want to say I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait till they pop off, because when you pop off, all our little interviews about to get knocked right down to the bottom, and ain't nobody gonna see these like that. But when you pop off, man, I'm just excited to be here when it's in the rolling of just who you are, and I'm just so thankful. I'm so proud of you, and I know I get on your nerves.
No, you don't.
It's okay, you get on mine too. You ain't got to admit it on here. It's cool. Don't worry. But just know that I'm always rooting for you. And like I said earlier, y'all need to make sure y'all inviting Lamar to y'all shindigs, because
pull up on me.
Yeah, he know what he doing. Shout out to the team at Hire.
Shout out to Hire. Make sure y'all follow us at Hire Creative. You know we doing
Hire
big things
right now.
Outside open, nigga.
Hey.
Check us out. Pop out. Boom, boom, boom.
Absolutely.
See, this is why we don't get no work done already. This is exactly.
I know, we already off topic.
This is exactly why. The show been over. We still talking. This is why. We both not finna have no job. I'm finna be gone. Well, you got a whole business. Never mind.
I was gonna say, I rebuke that.
You got a whole different.
I rebuke that.
We don't need it. Look, Karima here. Karima, hey, I got your back. You got my back. Just keep me away from that man.
Period.
I love.
Mark, FaceTime me when you in this, please.
I got you.
Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bellow on the barrel.